First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
And we begin today with breaking news. The Coast Guard has found the body of missing fisherman Travis White. His boat was found north of the Dauphin Island Bridge yesterday. White's cell phone, fishing poles, and a camouflage jacket were still on the boat. The location of where his body was found has not been released. Our Natalie Williamson is at Dauphin Island right now getting more information. She will have that full report coming up on Fox 10 News at 5. Our thoughts certainly with the loved ones of this boating victim. We want to welcome you into Fox 10 Live on this Wednesday. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell. Let's continue our trending headlines. We are outside on our jet deck today, so if you hear some of those noises, we do have some yard work going on right at the moment. Well, today Israel and the U.S. are stepping up attacks on Iran as the Senate holds a vote on whether to allow a future vote on limiting the president's war authority. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth cautioning Americans the operation against Iran is still in its early days.
Iran's capabilities are evaporating by the hour, while American strength grows fiercer, smarter, and utterly dominant. More bombers and more fighters are arriving just today.
Hegseth says the next phase of the military action is for U.S. and Israeli air forces to take complete control of Iranian skies. And the Department of Defense released new video today of a U.S. submarine sinking an Iranian warship in international waters. Now, the U.S. has closed embassies in 3 countries, reduced its regional diplomatic staffing, and warned Americans to leave. Well, from death to taxes on Capitol Hill, while some lawmakers debate a new war powers resolution on Iran, others are taking a closer look at how the IRS is handling the busy 2026 tax filing season. Frank Bisignano, the first person to serve in the newly created role of CEO, getting hammered by Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee about how the agency will cope with the loss of more than 25% of its staff during the DOGE cuts. Now, Democrats also accuse the IRS of targeting the president's political enemies and lying about the size of Americans' refunds. Bisignano pushed back, claiming the agency is more than ready to handle the 164 million returns expected to be filed just this year.
America needs an IRS that serves them reliably, not one that is repurposed as a tool for this president.
We feel great about the staffing levels. Wait times on the phone are single digits, and that's a really good performance.
And if you haven't started doing your taxes just yet, time's running out. The filing deadline is April 15th. Now listen to this. 3 people are injured after a small plane crashes into the backyard of a house on Cave in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix Fire Captain Todd Keller says this plane took off from Deer Valley Airport this morning. Officials say an unknown issue forced the pilot to try and circle back to the airport, but the plane lost control, crashing onto the roof of one house before falling into the backyard of the house next door. A man inside one of the homes was hurt.
Hit that east house and landed in the west house's backyard. The person out of that east house was injured, was inside the house, adult male, and is being transported for precautionary measures in stable condition.
In addition to the person in the home, the student pilot, along with the instructor, were also taken to the hospital to be treated for their injuries. Now, the Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board are investigating the cause of the crash today. And here locally, take a good look at your screen right now. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a homicide suspect. Deandra Johnson is facing charges of murder and first-degree assault. Investigators tell us Johnson is wanted for a deadly shooting on St. Stephen's Road in Pritchard back on February 14th. He was last seen wearing a red and white shirt with graffiti written across the front. Deputies warn he used a gun in the crime and may still be armed. Again, take one last good look at your screen. Do you know him? If you have any information on where he could be, call the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. And for other local stories we are working on for this Wednesday, let's toss it over to Steve Alexander with your full preview.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment desk. Some of the stories we're following today. A busy day for breaking news. A deadly wreck involving a Sims police vehicle and a small truck on Lott Road this morning. Sims police say the driver of the truck died. The officers sustained injuries. We'll have the latest on that. Also, Mobile fire officials say a home near Dauphin Island Parkway fully involved in an early morning blaze. Also, the latest in the search for that missing boater off of Dauphin Island. Hal Shurik is working on an update on a story a lot of people are very interested in, the possibility of that solar farm in Stockton area. Where does that all stand now? And there any intersections you hate around Mobile because you're sitting at traffic lights? Well, Brendan Kirby has an interesting story about what the city of Mobile is doing to upgrade its traffic camera system to help traffic flow more smoothly.
And at 3:05, nice to be outside here on the jet deck here on our Wednesday. It is a warm one out here. Temperatures really getting up in the 70s. It's a nice one with mostly blue sky. I think we'll take it. Let's get a look at some of our live cameras from our Eastern Shore Toyota camera network. You see those temperatures pretty nicely in the 70s there, 75 degrees in Mobile. Current conditions across the area. A few things that we need to look at here. First of all, 78 degrees in Mobile. That's at the regional airport. 73 in Pensacola, 80 in Panama City, and 82 in Evergreen. Notice how most folks have mostly clear skies around, which is good news for us. We're able to sit out there and soak up the sun. 75 degrees right now at the downtown airport. Also something to notice, south-southeast wind at 10 miles per hour, a dew point of 67 degrees, quite humid conditions. Next 10 hours in Mobile, you'll have a few more clouds getting into the picture. We're talking about overnight tonight when some low clouds and fog could become a development or an issue, so something we'll keep an eye on there. And in Pensacola over the next 10 hours, you'll have clouds and low fog that develop as well. You can actually see fog on the planner there with those temperatures in the 60s. Overnight tonight and 2 hour Thursday morning, we'll have temperatures maybe in the upper middle 50s in our inland spots, something we'll keep an eye on. But 62 degrees in Mobile, 61 in Gulf Shores. And other weather headlines that we're tracking. Of course, the fog potential, low cloud potential tomorrow morning, and really every morning as we go through the rest of the week. That's going to be something we're watching closely. Also, the potential for some scattered showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder by Friday. And the biggest one, though, being staying very warm. We are going to have those warm temperatures as we go through the forecast over the next few days.
All right, and again, we are live outside today enjoying our jet deck here at the Fox 10 studios. Nick, I think the only thing that would make this better is a pool out here because it is warming up.
I had that thought. I think we install it right out there and we're good. See, we already have the deck
we already have kind of the oasis. We have the plants, we have the coffee table. We're ready to go.
We'll get George to build deck.
Yeah, George is our maintenance guy. He can build anything.
Yes.
All right, we'll get on that. Listen, it's time now to take a look at some pictures and videos submitted by you all for today's Your Stories. Starting off strong with this really beautiful one from Shirley Hallman, SpaceX Cloud in Foley, Alabama.
So the social media world was abuzz this morning thinking that there was an alien invasion going on across the eastern United States. It was not an alien invasion. We are not, we are okay. It was a SpaceX Cloud. Literally, yes. Shirley was right in saying that. So what happened early this morning at around, I forget when the launch exactly was, but it was before sunrise, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. And of course it went up the East Coast, and as it goes up in the atmosphere, it leaves a vapor trail. That vapor trail, a cloud, the cloud, the condensation trail that turns into a cloud. And in this particular case, the cloud is so high up in the sky, and it's at the perfect time of day, where as the sun's light starts to come around the curve of the Earth, the sunlight hits that cloud and illuminates it. It's called a noctilucent cloud, and that is what you're seeing there. So an amazing photo. Nubia sent this next one in here. It's of the same thing. She has sent in photos before. This is from Gulf Breeze.
Very cool. Wow.
And one cool thing you see that kind of loop, and then a lot of people talked about, first of all, there's a little bit of a circle in the sky, but also when it spreads out off on the kind of the left side of the screen there. I mean, really cool. And the colors, the interesting colors, are because that vapor trail is ice crystals. Since it is so high up in the sky, it's really creating some interesting colors. You can sometimes get a little bit of iridescence in it. It is amazing, amazing thing. Whenever they have to do the SpaceX launch at the right time before sunrise, but sometimes we can see it.
You gave a really accurate scientific explanation, but I think they might be aliens. I think there's some believers out there that might be on my side with this one. Okay, he's giving me the look. Anyway. Believe what you will. Continue. Steve Burr shared this one of a redbud blooming in front of Spanish moss in Jackson, Alabama. That's beautiful. Look at that pink there.
Of spring.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always love the Spanish moss in the trees, and of course this is up in Jackson. I'm assuming this is along the river there, but really, really pretty scenes. It has blue sky, of course, kind of the picture of early spring here on the Gulf Coast, and we're really getting to that point.
The early blooms are my favorite. All of my azalea bushes, I have many of them at my house, are blooming right now, and it makes me so happy coming home after work and driving to see them. This next one coming from David Bagley. No fog or clouds to block the view here, he says.
Of the lunar eclipse. This has been a fun time for stargazers recently. So we had the SpaceX thing this morning. Then yesterday morning, we had the lunar eclipse. Some great photos sent in. This is David Bagley, one of the ones that I believe we shared earlier, of the lunar eclipse. And you can see the reddish tint on the moon, in the bottom of the corner of the moon, just a little bit more illuminated. A great photo there. We appreciate all of those photos getting sent in. And this last one's really good. This is from Sean Carroll. Lake Forest is where this is taken over, and it is looking down over towards the Bayway Causeway and downtown Mobile. This was around sunset a few days ago. A really cool aerial shot of the Bayway.
Look at that gradient in the sky. I love it. Very, very pretty colors there. Like Nick said, we've had a lot of activity in our skies recently. So if you have some pictures and you're watching this now and you think that would really look awesome on TV, we want to see those pictures, you can submit those by going online at fox10tv.com through the Fox 10 Weather app and the Fox 10 News app. We will be right back with more Fox 10 Live outside right after this. We'll see you soon.
We have a south wind. Air is coming off the Gulf.
Next weather, available anytime on the Fox. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Live on this spring-like beautiful Wednesday. Speaking of spring, I know spring break is quickly approaching, so if you're planning on traveling anytime soon, a heads up for you. United Airlines did make a change to its contract of carriage on Friday.
The airline says it now has the right to, quote, refuse transport to any passenger who fails to use headphones while listening to audio or other video content on its aircraft.
Wow.
This is kind of a pet peeve of mine.
Okay, passengers who do not comply could be removed from their flight or permanently banned from the airline.
But if you do forget to pack a pair, the airline says it will offer a free basic wired set. So keep that in mind.
United is the first major U.S. airline to implement a legal policy regarding headphone use on airplanes. This is a big one, quite the historical decision here.
I agree. Okay, let me be nice, but
soapbox.
I am a little like, I prefer to use headphones.
Okay, yeah.
And I like it when other people around me use headphones.
I think it's definitely the respectful thing to do, especially if you're in close quarters with so many people, so many strangers. I'm surprised that this was not a policy before.
I've like, sometimes you're in a pinch and you gotta but whenever I do, I'll listen to something, right up here. But typically I don't, so yeah, I could see why. It's just, I'm interested to see that this is now an actual rule.
It's a good policy,
so keep that in mind.
And United is my favorite airline, so I'm sure I'll be flying with them sometime soon. We'll keep you updated if that plane's a little more quiet. You know what a Swiftie is.
But now, it's getting some third-party validation. Apparently.
Dictionary.com is adding to its online dictionary.
The website officially defines it as a fan of the music of Taylor Swift.
The singer trademarked the word back in 2017 and uses it on her merch.
Dictionary.com regularly adds new words to keep up with how the English language evolves.
It also added Beehive for Beyonce fans, Trekkie for Star Trek fans, and Janeite for Jane Austen fans, of which I am included because I love Jane Austen's books.
Okay.
I just don't think I said that correctly.
Yeah, I mean, all of these are words that we use now, so it makes sense that Dictionary.com would add those words.
What would our Fox 10 fans be called?
I don't know. Fox 10 fans. There you go. It's very creative.
I think we could do better than that. Anyway, if you have any good ideas, let me know, because he's not being very creative today. More than 1 in 3 adults and 1 in 4 children suffer from seasonal allergies, and we know that time of year is upon us. If you live in certain parts of the country, like the Gulf Coast, you may be sneezing a little more this spring.
Just in time for allergy season, Thumbtack is revealing its first ever report ranking of the 10 sneeziest cities in the United States. Topping the sneeze count is Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, followed by Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Washington, D.C., and Dallas.
And rounding out the top 10, Orlando, Tampa, Florida, Baltimore, Raleigh, and Seattle.
Making the list is nothing to sneeze at, though. 7 of the top 10 cities are in the southern part of the country, where longer growing seasons, dense tree coverage, and of course, high humidity create ideal conditions for pollen to linger. We are sitting near some pollen right now on our coffee table.
If
Quite the
I
thick layer.
were to...
Oh no.
That is all pollen.
Yeah,
on
and if
my
you
finger.
live here, you know it's really hard to maintain, no matter how much you clean or sweep your pork chop.
It's tough. My car, poor thing, is I try to wash. Like, I will wash my car, like, I'll at least rinse it off every other day before I head out. Because I have a hose right next to my car in my driveway, and sometimes when I'm leaving, I'll just go and hose it off.
Do you think that helps with your allergies?
I really don't have sometimes my eyes act up with it, but yeah, I don't know. It's getting to be polleny out there. It's getting to be warm as well. Let's talk about this forecast here. Your temperatures right now, 75 degrees Orange Beach and 75 in Mobile, 75 D'Iberville. Note that Orange Beach camera, there's a lot of waves out there. It is a bit rough. Overnight tonight, you'll have temperatures dropping into the 50s and 60s, 56 degrees in Mobile, 62 Mobile, 61 in Gulf Shores. The enhanced fog futurecast here. You see how much purple there is. Now, there is a fly in the ointment for this fog forecast. It's windy. I just said that down at the beach, right? So the wind could limit some of the fog development and or turn it more into just kind of low-level clouds. So I think low cloud cover in fog is definitely a possibility tonight. We actually just pushed that out on the Fox 10 weather app, so I have a video on the weather app talking about that fog if you want to check it out. By 10 o'clock, we're good. However, coastal areas could still deal with some low cloud cover. Otherwise, temperatures, Mississippi counties ranging from the 70s near the coast to the 80s inland, 83 degrees in Leakesville. Jackson at 82 tomorrow, 83 in Grove Hill, 83 Chatham, and 81 in Bruton. All of you folks that are in our inland spots, you are the ones that get really warm. You have less influence of our coastal areas in the water, so your temperature swings are bigger from nighttime to daytime. So that's why it's 50s to 80s. Then 80 degrees in Mobile, 75 in Gulf Shores for an afternoon high. And in Pensacola, 76 degrees, 71 Fort Walton Beach. Futurecast is pretty simple here. It's kind of a rinse and repeat type of thing, with fog in the morning, low clouds in the morning, then in the afternoon, mostly sunny. However, we could see a rain shower or two develops. Then on Thursday night into Friday, we see more fog in the morning. And in the afternoon on Friday, a couple rain showers. This is the lightning flash rate product. Could we see a couple of thunderstorms inland on our Friday afternoon? It's a possibility. There are your rain chance numbers there, pretty much around 20 to 30% through the weekend. It's next week where we could see the potential of a higher rain chance, sometimes towards the middle or end of next week.
All right, good to know. It is 3:21 on your Wednesday. We are taking a live look into downtown Mobile. Look at those blue skies, those puffy clouds out there, and that gorgeous sunshine. We hope you are enjoying it. We'll be back with more Fox 10 Live after this commercial break.
On the next Investigate TV Plus, cyber criminals grab innocent photos or video of a child off social media and with a few clicks, turn it into something disturbing.
We first started receiving those reports to our cyber tip line in 2023, and that year we received 4,700 reports. Last year, in 2024, we saw that number increase to 67,000 reports.
We take an in-depth look at the use of artificial intelligence in child abuse and efforts to fight it.
Motorcycle law. Don't hesitate. Call Dean Waite. 265.
Welcome back. Today's big question of the day is Chick-fil-A is changing its fry recipe once again. So what is your favorite fry and favorite sauce to dip them in?
Well, let's take a look at some of your answers. We're going to start with Darlena Hollingsworth. This is what she says: Checkers fries, and they don't need any dip because the seasoning's so good. I agree.
Oh, yes, for sure. Jacqueline Gomez says Whataburger fries with gravy dipping sauce.
You know, Whataburger was in the
had
studio
these.
today with Studio 10 with their gravy. There's some
With
back
the
there if
fries?
you want to try it.
Well, look at that.
Nancy Manners sending this one in. McDowell sending this one in. Hard to beat McDonald's fries dipped in ketchup, traditional.
That's just a classic. And then Kimberly Victoria Johnson says Chick-fil-A fries, love them and dip them in Polynesian sauce. Kimberly, my girl, right there, favorite sauce.
Chick-fil-A fries are like a boat, so you can get a lot of sauce in them. Terrell Gaston, Arby's curly fries, dipping it in cheese. Oh, that is also
favorite.
good.
I used to work at Arby's, fun fact. That's a story time for another day. This next one from Candace says ooey gooey fries from Wing Fingers in Fairhope. Have you had Wing Fingers?
Yes, I have. They are also very good.
My mouth is literally watering. Delicious.
And
is that the last one?
Is that the last one? That
I think
is
that's the last
it.
one.
Okay.
So, Nick, big question. What is your favorite?
I don't know. They just reminded me of a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now
Yeah.
I don't know what to think.
I love sweet potato fries. Dipped
I'm okay
in like that sweet sauce.
If I have a sweet potato fry, it has to be extra crispy. It has to be extremely crispy.
That's right.
So,
You know, they're kind of healthy too.
yes, they're
I
not,
feel
they're at least
healthier when I eat them, for sure. Thank you to all of you who submitted your awesome answers there. Now I'm hungry, Nick.
I'm not.
And we're trying to be healthy.
Yeah, no, this
What's up
is
with
not,
that?
This is not good. All right, we'll see you once again at 4 o'clock, but also tomorrow here on Fox 10.
Thanks for spending time with us outside. We will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.